Joining me on the line as he does every Friday on the show, he is from Cinemablend.com. You can find him on social media at Mr. Controversy83. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Reyes is on the line. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Oh, not much, B-sox. Just a whole convention of wonder in Las Vegas.
Oh, God. Okay, so this is one of the few weeks where the movie news is bigger than both movies coming out, right?
Not necessarily, because Candyman's still a pretty big deal. And I've heard some mixed thought trending towards positive.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I haven't gotten to see the film yet myself, but I am very, very anxious to do so because I remember loving the original as a child.
I mean, the original Candyman is old, right?
Yeah, it's 1992.
Okay, so classic. Yeah. I would have been 11 years old, dude. It's old. Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
Have I hurt you?
Yeah.
Have I hurt you with knowledge?
You've hurt me with my age.
You didn't have to reveal that on the air.
I know.
You're just one security question away from losing your bank account.
I know, right? It's crazy. Mike Reyes from Cinemablend.com joining me. All right, let's real quick go through the two movies. What are you hearing about Candyman? You said kind of positive. What are you hearing about it?
I'm hearing from some that it's a little too on the nose when it comes to its symbolism, but I'm hearing from others that it is definitely an evocative legacy sequel that not only brings the original film's legacy into play, but it also does something really neat and modern with what it's supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
And that just makes me all the more excited to see it, especially when you've got people like Yahya Abdul-Mateen II and Teyana Paris and Coleman Domingo, like these really talented black actors that you've seen quite a bit. And it's funny, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is going to tie into something we're going to talk about in a little while. So put a pin in that name, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to talk about him again.
Okay, cool. So you're hearing it's probably going to be good, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. The other movie coming out this weekend, it's going to be over on Candyman is theaters or HBO Max, or what's going on here?
Candyman is going to be theaters only.
Okay, cool. Theaters only for that one. The other one is a Hulu movie. It's John Cena, and I am really looking forward to watching this movie this weekend. Vacation Friends, correct?
Yes. And I haven't heard anything yet because I believe it's still embargoed until day of release. So there really hasn't been it's embargoed until today. Sorry, it's embargoed until today.
Okay.
So I really haven't had a chance to take a look at what's going on there. But I have seen some social media comments, and people have said that it's definitely a welcome comedy for the end of summer. The more I look at that poster with John Cena and that huge grin and the messed up hair, I need to see this immediately. And I cannot wait to do so.
I feel like it's going to be one of those movies that it's either going to be just perfect funny-wise, or it's going to be there's almost too much, you don't know when to stop the joke type stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely, it looks like a Hangover. Because The Hangover is definitely a film that occupied that spectrum where in the beginning it really did get the joke. And then as it kind of went on, it sort of started to wear that joke out. Yes.
No, you're absolutely right. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it like that. Mike Reyes from Cinemablend.com joining me. That's only going to be on Hulu, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That is one of the 20th Century Studios films that has been sent over to Hulu as a streaming exclusive.
Okay, cool. Mike Reyes from Cinemablend.com joining me on the line right now. Okay, so that's the movies coming out this week, but God, the big news, it has to be Marvel breaking the internet again, right? The Spider-Man trailer, that's the story this week.
Yeah. That is the big story out of the well of big stories that is known as CinemaCon. It is for those who aren't familiar, CinemaCon is a yearly event in Las Vegas where theater exhibitors and the press get to get some first looks at upcoming films. Could be anything from title confirmations to first photos to Spider-Man No Way Home's trailer that apparently broke Avengers Endgame's internet record. This is the place where dreams are made, and it's kind of like it's kind of like Comic-Con for movies.
That Spider-Man trailer is so crazy, and it all that talk that we had during WandaVision about what's coming up, Mephisto, is it the multiverse, all that talk. You turn it up to 11 for the Spider-Man. One of my buddies here at work, Danger, he just randomly pops in the studio. He's like, dude, I got a new idea about this. I got a new idea. It just looks cool. And Doc Ock coming up at the very end. Hello, Peter. So amazing.
And before anybody really gets too carried away with, oh, wow, that Alfred Molina de-aging effect isn't perfect. This is a Marvel trailer. Let's not forget that we're in a world where they literally tweaked Star-Lord's mask between the trailer and the film.
Yeah.
So this is a test. Okay, it's a test image, everyone.
It looks so cool, man. And I think it's finally going to be what everybody thinks with all the multiverse and all that. You know, they're already saying, is that the real?
Hope so.
Is that the real Doctor Strange? Is it not? Who knows? We'll find out more later. It's insane.
And then, of course, there's the grand debate of, would Stephen Strange cast that spell? And some are like, no, he wouldn't do that after experience at Endgame. And others are like, dude, it's Stephen Strange. Have you met his ego?
Yeah, exactly, right.
You remember bargaining with Dormammu?
I like the one that they're comparing the suit that Tom Holland is wearing. It's like the exact same one from Spider-Man 2 when Tobey Maguire goes to the theater.
Yeah.
There's a couple people think that that's a deep fake that they put Tom Holland in, but that's actually Tobey Maguire.
Interesting concept.
I know, but you look at the suit and you're like, wow, that thing is really similar. And then I like the thing, which I know you probably hate, but going back to the WandaVision thing where they were talking about, oh, look, a heart around August 23rd. And nobody knew what it was talking about. And then all of a sudden the Spider-Man trailer drops on August 23rd.
It was August 24th. And yeah, I really don't care for that.
Oh, it's so funny. But it
Congratulations, you marked the date on the calendar.
Oh, God.
Did
you just slow clap?
Yes. Yes, I did. Very derisively, dare I say.
You know what's funny about a conversation with you about Marvel? It's always like you're walking the tightrope on whether you love it or hate it.
Yeah, because we're still at a juncture right now where, yeah, the vision is starting to shape up. But you know what? Some of the stuff that I've seen in the past couple, there's been some really big whiffs, in my opinion, especially with like WandaVision's ending, and I was as Black Widow was okay, aggressively okay, and we won't talk about Captain Marvel.
I'm not bringing that up at all. Mike Reyes from Cinemablend.com joining me. Okay, let me just ask you this: did you like the trailer? Did you think it was cool at least?
Oh, I loved it.
Okay.
I absolutely loved it. I was on the train coming back from a screening in New York, and since we've got people in attendance, I'm watching the work Slack chat, and then people are like, okay, Sony presentation started. We're probably getting the Spider-Man trailer tonight. And I avoided the leak. I did not even look at the leak because last weekend there was a version of the watermarked, unfinished version of the trailer that leaked.
Yeah, I watched it. It was on TikTok.
It was a little different. Well, it was apparently a little different from what we got, and also I wouldn't be surprised if it was part of the plan all along.
Oh, yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, especially with a rumor that came out of CinemaCon. But we'll get to that next. Anyway, Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. I really liked it. I am excited for this. I'm really excited for this movie. The Doctor Strangeness of it all makes me happy because all of the multiversal visuals and just all that action is what I'm here for. And then confirmation of Doc Ock, confirmation of Green Goblin, who I'm hoping is Willem Dafoe because I could swear that was the voice I heard laughing.
Yeah.
And then also potential nods to Mysterio and not Mysterio. Electro apparently is one of the people we may have seen hinted at.
And Sandman.
I heard Sandman and I heard Lizard mentioned.
Lizard. I
wasn't as sold.
The Lizard thing is, and I'm surprised no one has messed with the brightness and the contrast of it to see if it really was that. But there's a dark image of someone taking a swing at Parker. And they were like, that's got to be the Lizard. So anyways, all right, well, good. That's what I wanted to know, whether or not you were excited about it. I know there's like little things that Marvel does that drives you nuts, but I was curious. So Mike Reyes from
No, I am ready. Yeah.
I'm ready, man. The pants are tight.
I am ready for No Way Home, and I'm also ready for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
That's what we were talking about, and not to get too long into this, but like that's the cause, and then the effect is going to be essentially them dealing with it in a Multiverse of Madness, right? I mean, that's the easy way to look at it.
Probably.
So, Mike Reyes.
The multiverse, you've got Skrulls.
Yep. No, it's crazy. Okay. Mike Reyes from Cinemablend.com joining me on the line. More big news this week. Matrix gets its title. When is that coming out?
As of right now, it is still scheduled for December 22nd in theaters and on HBO Max for the first 30 days. We now officially know that the title is, as previously speculated / confirmed by Crew Gear, The Matrix Resurrections. And the first footage is basically showing us Thomas, Keanu Reeves' persona in the original Matrix, going to therapy, and his therapist is Neil Patrick Harris, and he's talking about these dreams that he's had about stuff that he feels connected to, and it's basically memories of the Matrix.
Yeah.
He meets Trinity in a coffee shop, and he's like, I feel like I know you. And, Carrie-Anne Moss is back as well. And then there's supposed to be action, action, action. There's some red pill, blue pill reference. And Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is apparently playing a new / younger version of Morpheus, or a character that is supposed to be a Morpheus stand-in.
Okay. Why didn't Lawrence Fishburne want to do this?
He wasn't asked. And I think the reason he wasn't asked is because in the Matrix Online game that they had an MMORPG for the universe.
Okay.
Morpheus apparently died in it.
Oh, okay. Well,
so there was some sort of did he die?
Neo
or
died?
The ambiguity. Well, yeah, but I guess I don't know. You know what? I'll have to
Trinity
ask Lily
died?
Wachowski. If I get to talk to Lily Wachowski, I will ask her.
Okay.
I will ask her for you. You impatient man.
All right. I mean, geez, it's just like you say, well, he died in the video game. Well, they died on screen in the same movie within 20 minutes of each other.
There is a theory that's been mentioned that I think may explain it. You know how in the Matrix films, there's always been, the Matrix is basically, I think we were on the 6th iteration of the Matrix when we see our version of Neo.
Yeah.
What may have happened is old Neo, old Trinity are still stored in the system somewhere. And some people are saying they may have to resurrect them because the current iteration of the one is not working out.
Real? Oh, okay. That's interesting. It's probably a millennial.
But none of that is shown in the footage. Apparently the footage was very impressive during the Warner Brothers panel. And that was basically, that's the one of the theories that are prevailing right now.
What's interesting about that, I mean, the Matrix, I mean, it's known for a lot of things, but I think changing, that crazy spin shot that they had in the first one and stuff, doing that kind of effect, you got to wonder what the effect is going to be in this movie, And
apparently, I don't know if they've shown the effect, but they've shown some of the effect in that reel, which we do not have online yet as of this recording. And it apparently looks brilliant. A lot of people are jazzed by what they're seeing here.
Well, that's what I wonder. I wonder what it is,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they might tease what it is, but honestly, I'm really amped for the first teaser trailer because I still remember seeing the first one for The Matrix and being blown away by the mysterious nature of it, and then at the end it just asks you what is The Matrix, and that was it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't remember. I remember going to it and having no idea what I was getting into.
Yeah, that trailer barely gave you an idea, and that's what I loved about it. And I'm really hoping that they somehow recapture that magic, but I'll just settle for a good trailer that just primes me for what we're supposedly getting.
All right, Mike Reyes from Cinemablend.com joining me on the line. All right, let's wrap up. What was the other big story this week? The Batman stuff, or was there something else?
Well, I'll just rattle off a couple things. The Batman showed footage, and apparently it looked really good. Jurassic World Dominion showed some footage that impressed people. And there's been a rumor that has gone back and forth that Venom, Let There Be Carnage might be moving into January because they didn't really show any new footage for the film at CinemaCon. The rumor was that inside sources from Sony were saying they were going to move it to Morbius's date in January 2022 and then move Morbius to some other date. But now apparently, I haven't really read too deep in it, but apparently there's reports out there now saying it may not be pushing its release.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's still very touch and go right now when it comes to the fall box office because there's still, there's still wonders as to whether or not everything is going to go according to plan, who's going to push if they do push. Apparently Variety, the original story broke, the rumors broke from Vulture, but then Variety is saying that the rumors are untrue, and another unnamed studio source is saying that, it's we're still on. And of course, they showed 10 minutes of No Time to Die at CinemaCon, and apparently, that's a movie that there's at this moment. I think they're saying they can't move it. Like even if they wanted to, I'm assuming their reason is because there's so much. It costs $1 million a month to keep that movie on the shelf.
Oof.
And there's reports saying that it's going to have to make $900 million at the very least to break even. They really have to. They have to do it. They either have to. There's just no way.
All right. Mike Reyes from Cinemablend.com joins me every week on the show to talk about movies. Mike, we'll get all your information up at the website. You have yourself a spectacular weekend.
You as well, sir.